Hi guys, welcome to Filofax Friday this week, and more importantly to Christmas planning. I hope that last week was useful for you and you kind of sort of got a better understanding now of what areas of Christmas that you need to or want to plan for, what kind of fun things you want to make time for, and all that kind of stuff. And I hope the festive goals sheet was useful to you for kind of helping to address that. And obviously, you know, you can, it's very early still, it is still October, so you can obviously keep adding to that, or, you know, printing out a new one and changing it if and when things change for you, because let's face it, things do change. So it was just kind of there as a tool to help you think about things that you want to do over the coming festive season, so that you can kind of really make time and plan those in. So the next step for me, I've got all my planner all up and ready, as you saw last week. So this week I wanted to go through the next section of my Christmas planning. And as I said in the first week, that this is just how I'm planning for Christmas, and it pertains to me in my life. And it might be entirely different for you, because you may have children, we don't have children, and different things going on, different family traditions, all that kind of stuff. So it's just my take and just how I'm planning for my Christmas. So just bear that in mind. Mix up the weeks, you know, I'm doing things on certain weeks, or, you know, or some things before other things, just because that's the way it's easiest for me and how I need to plan for stuff first. So just kind of take all of that on board and just work with however it works for you. Just a reminder, if you haven't seen the first week, then perhaps it'd be best if you watched the first week, because it would make a lot more sense. And also just to remind you that for every Friday during October, you have a chance to win one of these yourself, a brand new original Filofax in red, which is retails at £60, plus some gorgeous handmade dividers by Charlotte Victoria, and some other glorious bits and bobs for your Christmas planning. There are 3 prizes up for grabs, so check out the corresponding blog post, which is in the description below, for details of how you can enter to win. This is a gift from me and from Charlotte to you. This is my present to you, one of you guys, or several of you guys, because there are a couple of presents, and from Charlotte as well, who's collaborated with me. So go and check out you know, Charlotte's blog and all of her details as well, to thank her for sponsoring the giveaway. So let's get cracking on this week's planning. I'll turn the camera around, so it'll be a talking hands video, and yeah, second lot of planning for Christmas. Right then, so here's my beautiful planner, and it's still going to be a work in progress as the weeks go through. The next section I want to dedicate to Christmas cards. Every year I love to receive cards and I love to send cards, and John and I love to have a bit of sense of humour, and we love to do our own custom photo cards. And I will show you last year's Christmas card, so just so you can get a good sense of what I'm talking about. And I will link, there's obviously there's the blog post, which has details of I can't get my words out, details of the giveaway. And on that blog post I will also link to, we did a making of the Christmas card, and I will link to that on my blog post. So basically we do a photo shoot every year, and it's good fun. We have a laugh doing it, to be honest, an absolute laugh. And this is all done with a self timer, or John taking a photo and me taking a photo. Anyway, I will put the making of on the blog so you can see, because this is one photo on this Christmas card, but it is actually a montage of about 13 different photos. Yes, crazy. Because no, we did not put the animals in Christmas stockings and hang them above a roaring fire. Absolutely not. And actually we only have one red and white striped stocking, so So yeah, this is about 13 photos all cut and stitched together by myself in Photoshop, and yeah, a lot of work went into it, so it takes a lot of planning, and we love doing this. Our friends love to receive Christmas cards like this from us. And, you know, I mean, we get them printed. The inside just says Merry Christmas. And then on the back we had a QR code so people could watch the making of as well. Just for a bit of humour, just for a bit of a laugh. That's just what we do in our family. So we obviously need to kind of start thinking about this. This card was taken in October last year. So it does take a bit of thinking about, because we like to get them out at the beginning of December, because we have relatives in far-flung places of the world, so we like to get them out as soon as possible. We obviously have to get them printed. I have to do all the Photoshop editing. We have to stage the shoot and everything like that, so it does take a little bit of work. So October is when I do it, but it is very rewarding, don't get me wrong. So this is when I start to plan for my photo shoot, and I can't find at the moment previous year's cards. I think they must be up in the loft with all the Christmas stuff. But what I'm going to do is I am going to hole punch this, and I'm going to put it in my Filofax so that I've got it for next year. I like to keep a record of our photo cards. I think there is a good record to have, and I want to put it in there. So I've got my Repesco 6-hole punch. I'm just going to chunk and stick it in there so I've got it for future reference. So I'll just move my Filofax out of the way. So I this week there is a free download again, couple of free downloads. So the first one is this. It's a Christmas card photo shoot ideas, and it's just, I mean, I know you could use a piece of paper, but this is just to kind of help and sort of guide you, really. So it's just for jotting down any ideas that you have about if you want to do a Christmas photo shoot. You know, you don't have to be a professional photographer. You can use your iPhone and just take a family photo of you guys all together in the woods, upload it to somewhere like moo.com or Vistaprint, and then voila, you've got Christmas cards. I mean, I do all of this in Photoshop, but literally, I mean, if you go to places like Vistaprint, they have templates, and all you do is upload your family photo into the Vistaprint site and use one of their templates, and you've got a really nice custom Christmas card to send to all your friends and family. And also, like, you know, I've got family in Australia, family in Italy, and I've got, you know, friends and pen pals in America, so it's really nice for them to get a photo Christmas card so that they can see how you've changed as well. It's just a nice way of keeping in touch with your distant relatives and friends and that kind of thing. So this, again, as I said, is a download on the blog this week. If you'd like to go and get it, it's available in personal and A5 size. This is just a blank one. I've printed out quite a few blank ones, several blank ones for doing some ideas, jotting down, which John and I am going to do together. We have already started jotting some ideas down. We really like the idea of doing something with a Christmas tree. Like, unfortunately, it's October, so there isn't really going to be any snow, and it might be difficult to do fake snow, but we would love to do something Christmas tree related, like in the woods. Either like choosing a Christmas tree and pretending to chop one down. Obviously we wouldn't, guys, but pretending to chop one down. Having a Christmas tree in the back we've got a radio flyer, so having a Christmas tree in the back of the radio flyer, or decorating the Christmas tree. And I've put a little note to myself. Remember, need to be able to Photoshop the animals in, because we, like as I said with this, there was no harm came to any of my animals. I love them to dearly. They are my children. I would never ever hurt the girls in doing a photo shoot. Never ever. So whatever photo shoot we do, they need to be photoshopped in. So I just have to bear that in mind. Obviously, if John and I can go out to the woods and shoot this, but then I'd need to kind of think about, right, okay, how am I going to Photoshop the animals in, and where am I going to do that? So we've just been kind of coming up with some ideas. And then the next download for this week is this one, which kind of goes through, once you've got your idea in mind, a little bit more information on where to find it and everything like that. So we've kind of been doing a little bit more research. Obviously this little space here, you can either sketch it out or put a photo in. I found this photo on Pinterest it's actually 4 children sitting in bed reading stories, and I thought it might be quite cool to replicate something like this with us. So like me and John in the middle with a storybook, and then the 2 bunnies either side, and then the 2 guinea pigs either side. Or having me and John in the middle with the bunnies and guinea pig, like reading the story, with the bunnies and guinea pigs sitting on the duvet listening to the story, and then having like our Christmas stockings hanging off of the bed. That's kind of an idea we are thinking about at the moment. It's not a set in stone, it's just an idea we're thinking about. And then going through the rest of this, it's kind of like it's section like to write down any props that are needed. So for this one, for example, we had candles. We really went to town on this one, guys. We had a floral display that we made, candles. We made some mince pies, so I'm holding a plate of mince pies. John's got a glass of brandy. We've got logs for the fire, stockings. You know, it's kind of thinking about what props. So for this one, we'd want to have stockings hung by the bed, so we'd need to write stockings. Christmas hats maybe, or Christmas pyjamas, a storybook. So that's kind of so the storybook would be in like the props. Clothes needed would be, say, Christmas pyjamas. Location, obviously that'd be our bedroom, so wouldn't worry about that. Photographer, I just put that in case you guys wanted to hire a photographer. Obviously I'm doing it myself. You can do it too with yourself, with you know, timers on phones, date of shoot and everything, just to kind of help formulate it. And then at the bottom, by the way, ignore my hole punch. I did muck up my hole punch. Yours will be fine. At the bottom, I've got printers, so you can jot down who you're going to use to print your cards, how much they're going to cost, how many you need, when you've ordered them, when you've received the proof, when you've approved the proof, when you've received the order, and when you've purchased your stamps. So that's just to kind of get everything collated together to kind of help you. So John and I are still going through this process at the moment, but I just wanted to share that with you to kind of show you how we go about it and what we do, and also make these available to you if you want to do the same thing. So I also like to keep a track of the Christmas cards that I have sent out. So I have a Christmas card tracker. Now this is already available in my Etsy shop in one of the printable inserts on the Christmas set, and I just like to keep a track of who I've sent cards to, just to make sure I've sent them. I'm not worried about whether I receive a card back or not, but I just like to keep tabs as to whether I have. Last year, as you know, I used my A5 for and had a section in my A5 for Christmas, and in there I just had the same thing. So I wrote down everybody's name who I want to send cards to. When I sent them, I ticked it off. When I received one back, I ticked it off. So I've got several sheets there. So I'm going to copy the data from this last year onto this. I won't bother with 2013. I'll start with 2014. I'm not worried about that. And also, by doing this, it enables me to work out how many cards we need to get printed. So I've printed off 2 of these, but I may need to print off more, I'm not sure. It enables me to work out how many cards we need to get printed. If there are any that we don't want to send any of this style card to. Sometimes we, like, I don't know, acquaintances or some work colleagues, we don't always send a more personal card to, because this sort of card is more directed at, you know, family and friends, not necessarily, you know what I mean. So just kind of by plotting it all out, it enables us to work out who we're going to send to and what sort of card, and it also makes sure that we don't forget anyone, because things get busy, it is all rush sometimes, and there is a tendency to miss people out. So by doing this, I like to keep a track of who's who and make sure I don't miss anyone. Because I'm going to keep this for a while. I mean, obviously this is it's got a space for 3 years on it, so I know I'm going to keep it for a while. So rather than print it out on paper, I printed it out on a much thicker scrapbook paper. So obviously it's blank on this side to enable me to print, and patterned on the other side. So I just like to jazz it up a bit with some colour and some cute little characters, and you know, you're going to keep it for a while, so why not? So that is where I'm at the moment. This is what's going through us with our Christmas planning. Hopefully we'll get this all finalised and work out whether we're going to do this or something different soon. So we can kind of crack on and get them photographed, get them ordered, and all of that kind of stuff. And like if you're ordering from Vistaprint, sometimes it can take several weeks, can't it? If you've ever ordered from there. I mean, they are cheaper, but they are fairly reasonably good quality. You know, fairly reasonable for the money. So, but these ones, I think I got these printed from moo.com last year, and I've also used a photo box in the UK as well in previous years, and sometimes I use other suppliers as well. It just depends. I like to bargain hunt, so it depends on how many I need to get printed and who's got the best deals on at the time. So there we go. So that's what I'm doing for this week. I'm going to be busy sorting out all of our Christmas photo shoot and getting that all sorted. I hope that's been interesting for you, and you don't think we're totally nuts. Okay, you probably think we're totally nuts already, but you know, I don't mind. I'm okay with that. So there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've got any comments or anything, just leave them below. Anything you want to see in the upcoming Christmas planning, I've still got more to share with you. And head on over to the blog if you want to enter the competition to win yourself one of these beautiful Filofaxes. So until next week, happy planning. I hope you have a good week and you manage to sort out some bits and bobs a bit more for Christmas. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.